I have a confession to make. I've been lying to you. But let's talk about it. Hello, it's me again, William, and I am happy that you guys decided to join back to see what is the current status of my animation project called Barrel Hero. As you may remember, I wasn't such a fan of the last video simply because the whole storyboarding thing wasn't something for me. I just had to make it because it's part of the whole process, you know? And I said at the beginning I have a confession to make, and this is actually pretty simple because when I started this little making of series about my project, I was already very much further into the project that I first claimed to be. Which means I already ordered 3D models, I already received them, and my storyboard, my animated storyboard was halfway done.
Oh my god!
So therefore I was a lot further than I first said. But there was a problem. When I first got the very first versions of Rocky and his grandfather Clint, I quickly realized that I made a terrible mistake. Because a good friend of mine said to me, if you need some 3D models that bad, I can suggest to you go to Fiverr and find some people who can make it happen for you. Which I did. And it was kind of a disaster. I received 2 models that looked really nice. I was very happy with the results and I said, well, for just $100 it's very okay. And the problems arise a little bit later because when it was time to rig those models, it became clear very fast that they weren't so good for rigging, which means the way they were made was a little bit cheap. And yeah, I mean, what can you expect when you just throw $100 at somebody and tell him, make me a high quality 3D model? Yeah, that was my mistake. But we realized we can't probably rig them because the body twists and twirls in very odd ways when we put a rig over that, and I couldn't even make Rocky have a sad face because he was smiling all the time, because I didn't know that you had to make a model kind of neutral in a T-pose and giving him a neutral look to be able to properly deform the mouth shapes and such. The same problem happened to the grandfather, and then a good friend of mine who was more experienced with 3D modeling and rigging said to me, well, you can do 2 things. Either you go with these 2 models, or you just try to find somebody else who can do a full new model along with the rigging. And after that I turned my head to the furry fandom again, and I luckily found a fur that is part of the community, knows about anthropomorphic characters, and is also able to do 3D modeling and also understands rigging, so I get the full package. The only downside was I had to spend a lot of more money than the $100 I spent on Fiverr, which is perfectly fine. I want the project to be good, I want the models to be good, and therefore I got 2 completely new models. And yeah, I was very much relieved when I did the first testing with the new Rocky model, and it looked so good, and I liked how the whole thing developed now. And if you just take a look at it, it's really cute, and it's all, and the character now is really like I would imagine Rocky in the final project. While I was having problems with the 3D models, I also had to look into the making of my 3D environments. I need 3 environments to make for the movie, and 2 of them are now done, and I wanted to show you at least one of them, which is the grandfather's attic, where he likes to hang out, where he does some hobby stuff like crafting some figures. And yeah, it was very fun to work on these settings because it's a very easy and straightforward working. It's like building your own dream house, and you have to be and you can take whatever you want. It's really cool, and I'm very much looking forward to see this in the film along with the characters. And I'm very happy that all of it seems to go into the right direction. It is a slow working process, and I really see that there's a lot of try and error, and that's completely fine. I know this wouldn't be an easy thing, but I just love when projects get finished. Speaking of, I was checking out the Blender community projects a little bit more, and I found so many nice projects that that I just loved watching. And there was one project in particular that really captured my imagination and also inspired me to keep going. This is a film by a guy who spent like years on the same project, years on trying to find the right story, trying to find the style, and all on the way along he perfected his craft. And I really want you guys to see this, and therefore I put a link down in the description as well as here in the video. Please check out The Watermelon Girl. It's such a good movie and it's such a nice animation and I love it and it keeps me motivated. And yeah, it's time for me to keep going, and I will hopefully present a teaser for you soon. I hope I see you again, and wish me all the best, and I'm very happy right now. And thank you so much for joining me on this journey. It means a lot to me. Until next time. Bye!